All right. Well, good morning. Thank you so much for having me, everybody. Really appreciate the opportunity to be here and meet with your team. This is an exciting time of the year, right? We got July. All the certifications are coming out. We got AHIP coming up here, which actually was just released. So the alignment certifications will come up, by the way, July 31st and then available for August 1st. So to begin with, my name is Kent Lewis. I'm the sales director for Arizona. And so we have Alignment Health is in Maricopa, Pima, Santa Cruz. So if you think Phoenix area, and then you think Tucson, and then of course Nogales. So we as a company have been in business for, this will be our 13th year that we're starting. We've been 12 completed as a company. So when you look at that now, we're about 220,000 members throughout the states that we're in. And I'll go through some of that in just a second. But it's interesting when you look at the beginning, and I'll talk about that as I get through a couple of slides here. So to begin with, this is our team. I think some of you, it's interesting, you just got an email from Krista. She is our broker manager that's virtual. She works from Florida, but she's also in the market probably once a quarter. And so she'll be here for our product rollouts and present with us as well. So that you don't want to miss, put that on your calendars. By the way, Tuesday, August 26th at the Tempe Doubletree, we'll have two identical sessions, a 10 a.m. session and then a 2 p.m. session. And then we'll be able to talk about, hey, here's what we're doing for 2026. It's fun. We make it interactive and a good time. And so definitely, want to join us for that. So our other person you probably have starting to interact with is Jason Wilton, our broker manager, who is in person. So he's actually in the Tucson market and where he lives at down in Vail, but he handles the whole state for a lot of in-person type of events. Today he had a conflict. He's doing an in-person meeting right now. So we're dividing and conquering as we normally do here. So, but also great contact. And then I have at the end, there's some information with the QR code you can scan and get information for how to reach him and all of our sales material and collateral and that type of thing. So that gives you an idea of the overall team of who we are in Arizona. But to begin with, when you look at what Alignment is doing, so I want to stick camp on this slide for just a few minutes. So Alignment was started really as an idea probably a little over 15 years ago. And it's interesting when you look at John Kaya is our CEO. He's the one who, came up together with, found this idea for Alignment. And where it came from is this guy's story is interesting because he was at the executive level, Silicon Valley up in the Bay Area, in the Medicare world, handling insurance companies from that side. But he retires. He's still a young guy, retires early. He gets involved in Medicare because his mom gets it. You mentioned your mom getting Medicare coming up soon here, right? Same thing. So she gets Medicare. His brother goes on Medicare because of a disability. And so he jumps in and says, oh yeah, I can help you out. I'll be your, I know this. Well, he soon found out that it's pretty fragmented. It's pretty difficult to understand. There's a lot that needs to be changed. So what he did is in the middle of all that, he made a promise to his mom and said, listen, I am going to make a promise to you. I'm going to come out of retirement and I'm going to improve this whole Medicare system. And that was the heart really of where Alignment came from. What I love about his story is I've got to hear other parts from other people. One of the stories is from one of the executives that he reached out to, because once he decided he was going to do this, he got together his, all his close contacts that can help with data and all those things that, need to be with driving a healthcare system and for the back office for Alignment. Started talking, and people come and say, how would you like to change the Medicare system? How would you like to help people in a way they've never been helped before? And really providing data to make healthcare decisions, to be able to put right at the fingertips for these doctors and patients today's technology. And that's really where it came from. And so I love his story because it resonates. And then we see a lot of the things translated into Alignment into our member services side. So it's like, okay, great. Hey, that's good. It's his mission. What we started doing 3 years ago is coming back, and every year it's a different year where we focus on who's going to, what part of the aspect business is going to be our primary focus. Last year was like our member services. How can we improve? Actually, 2 years ago. So we brought on 300 team members. Now, as we're starting to grow, we were getting our post-call survey results at about 3.5 out of 5 stars. When you do it's like you call up to Alignment and you do a review. 3.5 wasn't bad, C+. So we brought on 300 team members, and the main goal was to have all of our calls answered right here in the state. And that's what we did. So we have 100% of our calls answered in the United States, our call center in California. That eliminates the translation issues that people were having, the chickens in the background and things that were kind of crazy because you're dealing with a third party you're contracting with. A lot of things happen. From that, we jumped from about 3.5% to 4.9 ratings from our members on those survey calls. And that's where we start to see this in combination. So it's like, okay, our members are telling us we're doing the right thing. Then we're also starting to see things from, the external side. So there's 15 or 20 different awards we continue to get, U.S. News, Newsweek, and others that really just show, J.D. Power on that we're doing the right thing to help members. That's the main thing I really want you to remember and see and understand is what alignment is about, is serving members with the serving and helping improve the healthcare system and making it friendly. So for us, we go, okay, how does that work for us? How does that translate to you and me? And, we're talking to a Medicare eligible person. We're sitting there with a client going through Medicare. We have 24/7 customer service for them to call. Maybe they have a question on their transportation, something like that. Any of their supplemental benefits. Maybe it's Sunday and they go, I got a dentist meeting coming up on Monday. I got a question on that. They can call and actually speak to somebody 24. Those are the kind of things that I really like to see. Second to that is the data that I mentioned. We have that readily available for our doctors. So we've also made that available for our teledoc system. So everybody kind of knows, everybody used teledoc before, got a sick, and don't want to go in. Yeah,